So I'm going to tell you a little story because this story in my life comes with a process, and in the process is a lesson. So I just finished a spiritual development program. Shout out to my friend Laura Mazzata because she's a life-changing rock star. And at the end of this container, we were asking each other, what's next? You know, what's next for you on your journey, where you're going, what you desire. And the reason I'm talking about this is because it's going to help me bust through some of my own hang-ups. When I looked at the post, I instantly had these little 2 words in my head, and I didn't post it for like 3 days because I was like, you pompous ass. But instantly what dropped into my head was, what's next for you? Get famous. And I know why, but at the same time, it's like I have to bring myself to talk about it, because how can you if you don't step into the light and talk about it? So anyways, long story short, the reason or the point of me bringing this up and going, am I crazy? Like, this is a women's spiritual development group, and my next goal is to get famous, you know? And so it's this fun unfolding, because then we started snowballing this into, ooh, what does that feel like? And what are these stretchy phrases that help you stretch into this new level, this new idea that you say you're ready for, or that you say you're reaching for? And then it took me down these rabbit holes of why did that drop in? Why do I feel like that's something I need to pursue? Why does that matter to me? And usually when I do those things, I start looking up definitions. And so the definition of fame is the state of being known or talked about by many people, especially on account of notable achievements. And yes, that resonates with me, and that does make sense. I have always kind of been a high achiever, high performer, performance, competition, things like that. I don't shy away from. I tend to be a decent performer or a decent test taker, things like that. So that stuff doesn't really bother me. So the thought of stepping into shining and sticking up for what you've been practicing in the dark makes a whole lot of sense to me. There's nothing that truly bothers me deep in my bones about that. But what I started dissecting more is, what is it to be famous for something? What is fame? Fame is to be talked about or known for something, seen for something. But what that means is you're taking responsibility for something. So someone is famous because they take claim for a credit for or responsibility for something they did, do, are, all the things, you know, and there's a variety of things you can be quote unquote famous for. And so it really got me thinking about what would I want to be famous for? And truly this journey that I've been on is about for who I am, and not just what I've done, but in the process of who I've become because of what I've done. And to me, the most important thing I've ever done in life is to look so deeply at every corner of myself, every fractal of myself, good, bad, and ugly, and examine it truly and come into acceptance with it, and then heal whatever I choose that I'm ready to heal and integrate more fully. And so I was like, hell yeah, that sounds good. I'd like to be famous for that. I'd like to be well known or accredited for being a person who truly did the deep work on what it is to explore self, what it is to heal self, what it is to attain wisdom through integration of all aspects of self. And, you know, as bold as audacious as it may be to say, fuck yeah, I want to be famous, to me, there is not much better of a reason that I can think of to want to be well known for something or to want to take credit for something. And so it's a really great feeling to not feel my body shrink at that, to not feel my nervous system go, oh no, you better stay down. Like, this isn't for you. You better just find some other way to feel good about yourself. And I'm not there anymore. Like, that's not happening in my mind and my human carcass. What's happening is I'm ready. And so somebody out there needs to hear, not only can you and will you get to the point where your human nervous system will stop bucking you in this concept of, yeah, I want to be famous for this, or I want to be well known for this, or I want to be seen for this, not only will it stop feeling icky, but it'll feel freaking good. You'll feel ready, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're not pompous, you're not arrogant, you're not too self-righteous. You're simply stepping into what you know is for you. And the way I helped myself confirm that is my mentor sent me these phrases about fame, these mantras that she got from her mentor, and she said, sit with these a bit and see if they feel stretchy to you. And the cool part is not really any of them felt ultra stretchy. Like, oh no way. Some of them felt a little like, ooh, like curiosity, interesting. But no part of me went, nah, this isn't for you. Who are you kidding yourself? Like, this isn't what you're supposed to be doing, let alone concentrating on. And so all of that to say that, one, again, sharing this with you is a process for me to work through, any blockages or any hangups or any imposter syndrome I may have that I need to get through in myself about, no, it's okay. It's okay to want to be seen for that. It's okay to want to feel valued for that. And whether that's, to my local community or to an online platform that reaches worldwide, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm open and detached from the outcome in that regards. But somebody out there needed to hear that it gets to feel good, to feel like you're finally stepping into where you belong and what is meant for you. And don't let anyone tear you down. Don't let anyone make you feel judged or invite you to shrink back into old versions of you simply because those phrases, those catchy phrases of becoming famous and seen and being an icon or whatever, feel so taboo or feel so bittersweet, for lack of a better phrase. Because, yeah, they do. We've conditioned our society to raise our eyebrows at those kinds of things. But maybe what we need in the world is more people that get famous for their enlightenment. Maybe we need more people in the world that get famous for taking responsibility for all that they are. Something else I want to give a quick shout out to is one of the first podcasts I ever listened to that really started to blow my mind and perspective open as to, like, what is this life about? Isn't there more to this? And what do I need to become to achieve or to feel deep satisfaction in my life? And that tribute actually goes to Jay Shetty. So in my understanding and learning of who Jay Shetty is and his journey and his being a monk and his podcast and all the things, it's clear to me that he's just a great example of someone that became famous for taking accountability for all that they are and deciding what they wanted to do with that. And that's a beautiful example of what someone could and should be famous for nowadays. This concept of new earth humans and new types of humans leading the way in terms of where we're going as a race, as a planet. Maybe it's okay for those things to not be so woo-woo. Maybe it's okay for some of those things to not be so taboo, in the fact that we need more people in the world to get famous for who they are, and in identifying and expressing and sharing all of that they are, that comes with a lot of vulnerability and accountability and responsibility. And I think it's time more people in the world got famous for that level of bravery. Yeah? So if you got this weird, funky desire saying, like, I want to be seen, I want to step out there, I want people in my community to know that this is what I do, don't stop. Don't stop. Because eventually, not only is your nervous system going to stop going ick, but you're going to say, yeah, this feels good. This feels aligned for me. I'm ready. Let's do this. So keep going, whoever you are, because I am.